I came down to Durham to work at Duke. I was interested in oncology, and that was part of why I came down here. I spent a lot of time with my career, and it wasn't until I was in my 40s that I met Eric, and we got married and started, really focusing more on my work-life balance at that point and having a life with him. He went for a routine checkup and his labs were off. I immediately saw and knew what was going on, that he had chronic myelomonocytic leukemia. At that point, we had just started building our house. We knew that there's no timetable with CMMOL. We made the decision to try to let us get the house built before he started any treatment. We got the house completed, and then we moved in May. And the next weekend, he started his bone marrow transplant. I knew that Duke was the best place for his care because I'd been there for years. I knew all the people that were going to be taking care of him. I knew it was the best place to be. And part of that was I knew that we had a wonderful support program there for patients. And so I knew that that was there for us as well. It was a very unique situation, I guess you'd have to say, with me already being a nurse practitioner and then being the wife of a patient who is sick. I had to try to find a balance. I had to try to find where I was the wife and, just taking care of him and not trying to worry about what might happen. Unfortunately, by the fall of that year, he started to develop some graft versus host disease. I'm really glad that I had the time with him until he passed away in October of 2018. I think after Eric died, I was a little at a loss, like, what am I supposed to do? What is my role? And what I found was volunteering and helping with that and being on the advisory board for the support program. It really allows me to feel like I'm still contributing and still using all my knowledge that I've gained over the years. After Eric passed, I knew my therapist already, so I was able to just continue that relationship and continue to figure out and learn how to grieve. And so over the next several years, I actually transitioned to one of the staff psychologists and continued to see Catherine. And during that time, she would keep planting the seed for me that, if you thought about dating again, and I kept telling her, no, what Eric and I had was a once in a lifetime thing. I can't imagine that happening again. And subsequently I have met someone, and I don't know if I would have been as open to it if I had not continued therapy and figured out how to move forward. Before he died, Eric and I had already decided to give money to Duke at that point. I wanted to do something to honor him. It became a pretty easy decision to give more to the cancer support program. That's what makes Duke so unique as far as cancer care, I think, is because we have that program that so many places do not have. I wanted to make sure that that program continues to grow and provides what patients need. It means a lot to me to receive this award. It just feels like I'm being recognized for what I did and accomplished, and I'm very proud of what I accomplished. I'm very proud of how I was able to help so many people over the years get through a hard journey and maybe find a little bit of comfort in it or a little bit of more understanding. It means a lot.